Yes, good people, big up to all of you, and good morning, and good afternoon, good evening, and I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. I appreciate you all finding the time to join me this particular morning for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. Today, specifically, we will be previewing Chelsea's home game, second leg two of two of the EFL Cup semi-finals. Hopefully, we'll beat Boro to make it to the final. We have a goal deficit to deal with, and I strongly believe we should be we can do that. But that's, by the way, if you're watching, if you haven't, please do take a second to drop a like on the stream. The likes do go a long way, and also share the show, the link to the show on whatever social media platform where you have presence, so that we can get a lot more people to come join us here. Before I say hello to those of you in the chat, let's get into the show. Sit back, relax, and let's get into it without wasting much of your time. Yes, people, once again, big up to all of you. Thank you to those of you following the show on Instagram, on X, formerly known as Twitter, and also Facebook. We appreciate you all. Thank you once again for finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The more likes we've garnered, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered to push the show to more people who be interested in the items we have lined up to discuss today. The first person in the house is Jude Mesa Oladipo. Most nice to see you, brother. It's been a minute. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join. And John is in the house. It looks like I am second one here today. That's the case. But John, welcome, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I hope you're doing well. Yep, I've just pressed the like button, and that's very important. And that's because the more likes we're garnered, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who will be interested in the topics we'll have lined up here. I've just voted on your voting poll, like I sure do always voted on the one that always win. I appreciate you, John. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 4 likes, but we can do better than that. We have a few news items to address before we get into the match preview and predictions proper. Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Just quickly, I want to appeal to those of you who are following the show, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we appreciate you, and that's because you watching alone does go a long way, and we sincerely do appreciate that. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream for us to help us. That's because the more likes we're garnered, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who will be interested in the topics we have lined up here. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 4 likes, and we are 8 minutes into the show. We should be doing way better than that. Without wasting much of your time, we'll get into addressing the news items. That's 3 items, not too many, which is a part of the what we have to discuss. Just give me a second here. It is still loading. I don't want to take you to a blank window. But if you are in the chat, if you're listening, let's hear you, whether on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Facebook, or maybe on Instagram. Are you looking forward to this game? Do you think Chelsea can overcome the 1-goal deficit and beat Boro, make it to the final at Wembley, and eventually lift the trophy? If you believe we can do that, let me know. I'm waiting for it'd be interesting to see what you have to say. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let me see if anything else has emerged. We don't have too many news items lined up. But more importantly, we need to preview the match, and also do our prediction, line up our prediction exercise before we call it a day. All right, without wasting much of your time, we will start looking at the items we have lined up. And the first item here, that's Simon Phillips quoting Ben Jacobs, who says Chelsea would consider the permanent sale of Amanda Broya, and ideally would like money that they can spend sooner rather than later. I don't know whether to trust. Not too sure whether to trust Ben Jacobs. I know he's a reputable. But that doesn't mean that I should suck up to everything he says. Not quite sure what to make of it, but yeah. Let's see. If you're in the chat, I want to hear you. We don't have too many people in the chat right now. Are you looking forward to this game? Are you confident that Chelsea can overcome a goal deficit to beat Boro and make it to the final? Let's see. Yeah, to me, I'm not sure what's going to happen. At this point, just as we said yesterday, all speculations. And until the transfer window shuts, that's when we'll find out. Or until it happens, that's when you know, yeah, it has happened. Because we're not too sure what's going on right now. So Broya, I don't think would let him go if we don't have any plans of bringing in another striker. This particular transfer window, not even in the summer, I don't think it makes any sort of sense. Just 5 likes, people. We can do much, much better than that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let me see anything else. Anything else? Okay, nothing new. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up after I say hello to my fellow 2 a.m. bro there. And that's a Jay. Jay's in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Jay and Jay, this is for you. Big up, coach. Hope $50 are ready. They are ready. I have it. I don't promise the things that I cannot do. You know that, and I'm still confident that we will overcome the the 1 goal deficit, and beat them by at least 2 goals to make it to the finals of the EFL Cup. And if we don't, I know, you don't have to remind me my promise, so don't worry too much. But I hope you're doing well. And my assistant is in the house, Santiago Muno. Nice to see you, brother. Big up to you too. I hope you're doing well, and this is for you. Let's hear you if you're in the chat, from John to Jay to Santiago Munoz. Do you think we will overcome the goal deficit and beat Boro to make it to the final to Wembley? If that's the language what you want to hear, let's hear you. It'd be interesting to see whether you believe or not that we can do that. I strongly believe that we'll beat them. While I wait for your answer there, we'll be moving to the next item we have lined up, because I want us to round up as soon as possible. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. How many likes? 6 likes. We should be doing way, way better than that. Let's go, people. Let's go. Time is also Chelsea Dodgers quoting Nizakin Seller, who's saying that Trevor Chalobah is closing in on his return, but it isn't deemed fit enough to play tonight. Chances are he may well stay at Chelsea and not be sold, and that's because he still has a lot left on his current contract. And I mean, if the manager finds him, you can say, usable, for lack of a better language, chances are Chelsea will decide to keep him and not go into the market to sign another centre back, in my opinion. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's hear you. Are you looking forward to this game? Do you think Chelsea can overcome the 1-goal deficit and progress to the final of the EFL Cup? Let's hear you. Let's hear what you have to say there. Let's see. Thank you. Nice to see you. We can overcome Boro with proper selection and game plan. Of course. Yep. Two things come to mind whenever I hear such balance. More importantly, overall balance will be key. And the two constructs of the balance in question will be you say, be offensive, and at the same time be defensively cautious. Because if we lack of experience, I fear that our lack of experience, it could be an issue today. But at the same time, if the manager if he did his homework, he'd know that it's important to find a balance between trying to overcome the 1-goal deficit, scoring more to beat Boro, and at the same time not be defensively what's the language I'm looking for here? Not to, you can say, and at the same time be defensively cautious. If we don't find that balance, we'll be in serious trouble. We'll be pushing to overcome the 1-goal deficit and then concede more. And when that happens, if we concede the first goal, chances are we'll concede up to 4 goals at home today. Yeah, I hope that's not the case, but I strongly believe we will overcome the one goal deficit and also progress to the final of the EFL Cup. Sterling will be key today, I feel. Okay, I hope so. I hope this it doesn't turn out to be one of those days where you expect him to lead by example, and then he disappoints. I hope that's not the case. And Jude here is saying my only worry is that Poch has not done well after losing break. After long breaks. Wow. You expect them to be fresh, except he breaks that today. If that has been, if you've been, I mean, I don't know if I, mm, I refuse to blame that on him. Here's why I'm saying that. That's because we have an entirely new squad. We're not properly rehearsed yet, which means a day break can be detrimental to all, say, the chemistry we've built. For lack of a better way to express that, but I hope you understand my point there. But you've made a very good point, but I've not been paying attention to that. I have to be honest with you. And Santiago Muno here is saying, I am sure we can win it by selecting players that suit the character of the game that the coach wants, and good game management. More importantly, I don't see them coming at us. I know, by default, they probably defend deep and try to find spaces to hit us on the break. Yeah, so we need players that are good, that are, you can say, capable of driving with the ball. Uh, uh, Players that are more direct, players such as Nani Madueke will be more suitable for this game than some of the players we have. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And big up to you, Ty. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. You know what to do whenever you get a chance. Let's come to you straight away. Phil Sips. Phil, I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join me on the panel this particular morning. Are you looking forward to this game? Uh, um, to the game, and do you think we can overcome the one goal deficit? Do you think we can beat them by 2 goals at least to progress to the final of the competition? Bless you, Phil, but more importantly, good morning to you. I hope you're well.
Yeah, good morning, coach. Good morning, everyone, and big up to everyone in the comment
Big
section.
up to you,
And
too, brother.
it's a crucial game that we're all
Mhm.
looking forward to today because for
You could
me,
say
I
we
feel
did the
like
right to say it's a season-defining game.
exactly
Mhm.
because I've noticed that some of these games they can be like make or break games, which are going to define our season, how it's going to go. So
Mhm.
our performance today is going to be crucial based on how we play today. But I'm a bit confident that today we're going to do well because I've noticed something. We have been actually coming out and we have been playing well at home, which means we probably would want our home to be a bit of a fortress because we haven't lost in how many games? I think
I think six
six or
games in
seven
total,
games.
or even
Yeah,
more.
yeah. So that means that it's actually a probability that we have a bigger chance to win today.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, I don't think anybody would bet against. Not a lot of people would bet against Chelsea overcoming the one goal deficit and progressing to the final. Um, at the same time, you cannot script football. You know what I mean? We have to put in the work necessary to overcome the one goal deficit and progress to the final. If we go into that game with the mindset that a winning, you can say a win is a given for us. It's our entitlement, then yeah, we're in serious trouble. Which has always been my biggest concern with this very young squad. I think sometimes they don't respect teams enough. I know there's a balance between respecting a team and respecting a team too much. But let's see what happens today. I'm still confident that we will overcome. Let's see. What am I worried about? Is what I am worried about is Poch's mistakes in reading his opponent's game. He often uses the wrong game plans to overcome them. I think what you just said exactly is the reason I said he's not been perfect. but although I'd still argue from now to tomorrow that he's the right man for the job. After all, no other manager, again, in world football right now that's available, that is known for nurturing young players than him. I think that's actually what defines his you can say repertoire or reputation, if that's the language you prefer. So I still think he's the man, but I don't think he's been perfect. And you just exactly mentioned things that I have, you say that I've questioned him about. His responses to changing tactics by the opponent sometimes marvels me. It doesn't look like he reacts to the opponent's changes. We just finished the game the way we started the game, and sometimes which has sometimes led to us struggling and him not being able to do something about our struggles, and then we end up losing games or maybe finishing games or you can say causing the fans to sit at on the edge of their seats while watching the game. Let me ask you this question, Phil. What areas do you think Pochettino needs to improve to do better? Because the truth is, he's not been perfect. Even if you're Poch in, if you're being truthful to yourself, you know that he's not been perfect. He's made some mistakes here and there, but that's not to say he's not the right man for the job. But let's hear you. What areas do you think he needs to improve to do better?
Personally, for me, I think he just needs to play players their right positions, because if you check at times when players are actually playing, they're mostly playing on positions which they are not too comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, I don't really blame him for some of the decisions, because if you look at our situation with the injuries right now, it's really dire, because you have players like Chilwell who are just coming back. But when he came back and he was played on the left wing, whilst we have players like Mudryk. Then you have players like Cole, who has been playing as a left back for close to more than half of the season now. So if he can play players at their right positions, I think it's going to give us an upper hand, because those players, they can actually do much better because they have been playing some of those positions for longer than what they've been doing this season.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Let's see what else we have here. Again, if you're just joining, the question is: are you looking forward to the game? If yes, let us know why. If you believe that we're going to lose, or we can overcome the 1-goal deficit and progress to the final, whatever you think, do let us know in the chat. It'd be interesting to see what you have to say. Big up, coach. Up, Super Eagles of Niger. Yep. It was a win, but we could have scored. We should have scored at least 3-4 goals. Simham was again, he wasn't clinical, but I think he will grow into the competition with time. Hopefully, he needs to carry that team. But let's hear you people. Big up CP. Is Gusto available? No, I learned yesterday he's nursing an injury, so won't be available for selection. Big up to you too, JC. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, my bro. I appreciate you joining. Why are we already looking for excuses? The players we have available are good enough to beat a championship teams. Moreover, when players like Matson were available, they were not used. It's mismanagement. I think the more if I can you can say the more Matson plays well in Germany, that will clearly you can say lead to a lot of questions with regards to Mauricio Pochettino's understanding. You can say his knowledge of the players that he had, because let's use the past tense there, because Matson no longer plays with us, or maybe overall his knowledge of the players he has available for he has at his disposal. Matson, for me, we knew even before he returned from his loan spell at was it Burnley, how good he can be. For some reason, the manager didn't value him, didn't see him as a left back, and I think as you've always said, maybe he's looking for Eiffel Towers. He's looking for Eiffel Towers for to play in the left back position. I remember that. Let's see. Yep, John, your brother was in the house, but I think it's gone. Please go check out Ty's latest video. If Pochettino preferred formation is at fault or for Chelsea struggles, go check it. I can assure you, you will enjoy it. Ty is a very good analytical mind and doesn't disappoint with his video analysis and all that. I believe me, you will enjoy it. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. We have just 12 likes, and we are 25 minutes into the show. We should be doing way, way, way better, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Let's see. Let's go, people. Let's go. Okay, one more item here, which is saying when asked the question, if the Boro match is the biggest of his tenure at Chelsea so far, Pochettino responded yes, because it is access to the final. It is the opportunity to play in the final. So it is the most important. Can somebody in the chat help us out here? If we win the EFL Cup, it helps us at what am I saying? I think he helps us. What was that that I'm thinking about? I think we get to play in Europe. Can somebody help me there? We get to play in Europe, but what competition? What European competition exactly? I can't quite recall, but one of them. So I think you could argue basis actually. I think Phil has said that already. This is, you can say, a season defining game. This could, you can say, because we're not guaranteed making it into top 4, top 6, or whatever, top 7 wouldn't be easy. So probably our easiest route to a European competition would be to win this competition. So yeah, you could, I mean, it'd be right to say it is a season defining game for us. Hopefully we'll win it. I keep driving the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate Conference League, coach. Okay, thank you so much for confirming that. Winning League Cup gets us a straight entry to Conference League. Winning FA Cup gives us entry to UEFA League. Top 4 gives us Champions League. Okay, thank you for clarifying there. For the clarifications there, I appreciate that. Let's see. Isn't a playoff in Conference League if we win League Cup? I'm not too. You can say I'm not acquainted with those things, but a pencil art. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. It's been a minute, and I hope the case is that you've been busy and that nothing wrong has happened on your end. So let's say you once again before we go into before we get into a match preview proper. The question I've asked is this: are you looking forward to this game? To the game, and do you think we'd beat them? Do you think we're capable of overcoming the 1-goal deficit and beating them by at least 2 goals and progressing to the final? Do you think we'd lose? Let's hear you. Or do you think the game would be decided on penalties? Whatever you think the case would be, let us know why you think that. It's a straight to Conference League. Okay. And I think the owners would want that, but probably would prefer us making it into top 4 and then playing it in the playing it in the Champions League. Matson playing in Germany shows that Poch does not really know what he is doing. I won't go to that extent. You could argue that is simply a matter of preference. Yeah, you could argue that, but the truth remains. Again, if he continues to play well in Germany, that will raise a lot of questions, especially if we struggle in that in the left back position. So you get my point, but I wouldn't go to the extent of saying he doesn't know what he's doing, because simply, in my opinion, I think it's a matter of preference. We've seen players, you can say, for instance, players that Mourinho didn't like and ended up being phenomenal under certain managers. So let's just leave it at the matter of preference. But the fact that Chilwell was out, and Cucurella wasn't available, and he's still decided to let him go, it's an issue. And and the more, again, if he continues to play well in Germany, people will be asking questions. But I hope you understand my point of view. Maybe I'll just leave it at the fact that it's just a matter of preference. It is not a scientific to assume without a trial. I think I agree with you. That's the second. That defines your the entirety of that comment you have on the screen there. Because he didn't give him an opportunity in that position, and then just decided, yeah, he's not a good fit for him in terms of fulfilling the left back role. What he did to Matson without testing him is injustice. Okay, I think I agree. After reading the entirety of your comment there, I agree because he didn't give him an opportunity. But also at the same time, it makes sense to argue it was just a matter of preference, in my opinion. That's just me trying to be as objective as possible. And you know that in life, no limits. I haven't seen you for a while now, brother. I hope you're doing well, but I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. And feels top S is in the house. So pick up everyone. We love Chelsea, and if we lose, then we will find a manager who'd be brave enough and attacking. If we win, we are in the final. And let's see what happens. Do I think the owners would judge the manager based on the outcome of that game? I think no. I think it would take a lot of you can say it would take some prolonged you can say poor performances for them to decide, yeah, it's time. But the good thing is this, something they did before winning in terms of his contract that shows they you can say when they were negotiating with him, they made sure that if at any time they decide that yeah they want to move on from him, it won't be difficult. Is that he's on a 2-year contract with an option to extend it to a further year, by a further year to make it 3 years in total. So they learned from the mistake they made with Graham Potter. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I do not condone mediocrity as a key tenet of my existence. The level of mediocrity at Chelsea now does not sit well with you. Okay. Let me not read it in a way that it comes across to people I see if that's my opinion. But nice to see you out there, brother Mark. Nice to see you once again. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well, and this is for you, brother. And hopefully bad has happened on your end. I appreciate you finding the time to join us this particular morning. Anything else to address here? I don't think there's anything else. So the question once more, I'll give you guys a few more minutes to answer that question. If you haven't, are you looking forward to the game? Do you think we'd overcome the 1-goal deficit and beat them by at least 2 goals to progress to the final? Let's hear you. Whatever you think, do let us know why you think that's the case. You're not defeating Liverpool, even if we get to the final. The writing is already on the wall. The team has a lot going wrong. Wow. Okay. So you don't think we'll make it to the final? So, but okay, you said even if we. So let's see. You're giving us some chance there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let me take a sip of my coffee before I lose my voice. All right, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Yep, I don't think there's anything else there. So let's get into the match preview proper. Give me 1 second here. I'm checking for something if anything new has emerged in terms of news before we move on to the match preview proper. What's going on here? Give me 1 second. Let's go, people. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 17 likes. Come on, man. We should be doing better than that. Let's see. It's been a slow day, and the transfer window. Nothing much is happening. Yep. As Chelsea fans, I think probably too boring for us. That's actually unusual. For transfer window to be open and we're not hearing anything serious about with regards to Chelsea's interest on certain players, or that's unusual, really. That's something new. But I'm still gonna leave it at what I said before, that the owners, it looks like they've found a way. They found a way to put up their transfer activities keep their transfer activities on the wrap. Which I don't know. I don't know if that works. If there's any, you can say if that helps in any way. But that's just maybe from a fan perspective, it doesn't. Let me see something I want us to look at. A transfer news for the women's team. Give me a second here. This is saying Canada's JC Fleming is set to leave Chelsea and join Portland. Portland Thorns for around 250,000. She parts on great terms with Chelsea Football Club. So okay, good to see. And the PD Blue is in the house. Nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you. From the States, I appreciate you, my fellow American. I hope you're doing well. So let's get into the match preview proper. This game in particular here. Let's go to it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see any insights to look at. Of course, I have to vote. That's usually the first thing I do whenever we start the match preview to see to get an idea of, you can say, what percentage of the population believes Chelsea will win. Have we already voted? I think we did another day. Okay, but still 64% of thinks that Chelsea will beat Boro. 11% thinks it ends in a draw, which means it will be decided on penalties. I don't know. Does the away goal rule apply? I'm not too sure. I'm not well acquainted with the rules of the EFL Cup. 25% that thinks Boro will beat us and make it to the final. All right, let's see. And PD Blue 3-0 Chelsea. Cole Palmer nets 2 goals. I think I'm inclined to believe that, yeah, he's capable of scoring 2 goals. So after all, he had 3, you can say up to 4 good chances the last time we played them, and could have scored, could have had a hat trick on the day. But yeah, he can. Big up to you, to the G's Scotch Porch. Nice to see you, Chelsea, Mitchell. I hope you're doing well, Mitchell boy. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. In the chat from PD Blue in Life No Limits. All of you, if you haven't, please go check out Mitchell Boy's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. And people, come on, why do we have just 17 likes? We should be doing way better than that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's get the likes up. The likes do go a long way. So let's look at injury issues for both teams. We still have a lot of players injured. They still have a lot, and some of them I heard. I don't know the Middlesbrough team very well. Some of them we've been told you can say they're best players. Let's say for us we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players out. That's the average. Yeah, that's we've been averaging 8 players out at the same time for all the games we're playing this season in the Premier League, and none and cup games too. So we have Wesley Fofana, we know his case. Trevor Chalobah a few days. Romeo Lavia a few days. Robert Sanchez a few days. Reece James early April. I think we know about that. Marco Correa late February. And Leslie Guchukwu return date unknown. Christopher Nkunku unknown. But Christopher Nkunku, he's been on the grass. He's been training with his teammates for a few days now. That I actually thought he'd be available for selection for the game later to this. I'm not too sure what to make of his case. Let's hear. We must defeat Boro. It should not even be discussed. We should be fixated. We should be fixated now on how to defend how to defeat Liverpool in the final, so to speak. We cannot be this poor for you can say for a supposed you can say for an what how am I mixing things up for an supposed elite team. Okay, for a supposed elite team like Chelsea Football Club. Here's the thing, and you know fully well that you cannot script football. Hopefully we go into the game with a good plan, and I'm going to say something I've said before. It's important to go into the game with a balance of you said the mindset of overcoming the 1-goal deficit, and at the same time being defensively cautious, because it's a huge risk to just go into the game with the mindset of overcoming the deficit and beating them and leave ourselves vulnerable at the back. They will exploit that. They will exploit that to a T. They will exploit that effectively. And if we concede first, chances are we'd concede up to 4. Yeah. And hopefully the manager, you can say a lot will be on the manager today. That's because we have a very young squad. he needs to find a way to instill that mindset, of being defensively cautious at the same time, while working to overcome the 1 goal deficit and scoring even more. I think a lot will be on him today. I need to see him very active on the touchline. No sitting down today. If he does that and we lose, he'd be in serious trouble. Not from me, but I know the sort of reaction that will come from our fan base. But that's just my opinion anyway. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We're 19 likes, people. We should be doing way, way, way better than that. Let's get the likes up. Let's hear what your name. Okay, Rotten says, if from me personally, the Chelsea squad does not need to buy many players. Just 2 players are enough. If they want a striker, why not just return players who have been loaned to other clubs? I don't think we have any good enough striker out on loan that if we recall it will be good enough to carry us through the season. I think if anything, it will still be another kid, and we need a bit more. You can say we need we need more experienced players, not just that's when you talk about balance, we do need a lot more experienced players. I don't think we have any good, you can say, a good enough a player, or a player that's experienced enough to bring that balance that we seek right now in the attacking area, especially. And if you have Lukaku in mind, I don't think the owners would want him back at the club. If anything, they want him off the books because, he's our top earner, followed by Raheem Sterling. So I don't think nobody comes to mind. I have to be honest with you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you joining, Mr. Rotten. So let's see. And head-to-head, 4 wins for Chelsea and 1 win for Boro. And in our last 5 meetings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We beat them 1, 2, 3, 4, and they beat us in the last one. The last time we beat them was in 2022, March 19th. And they beat us 1-0 in our last meeting with them, and it was a cup game too. We've met how many times in the 5 meetings? Two of which were 2 of them were Premier League matches, 2 FA Cup games, and now EFL Cup. Let's see what happens. To me, I'm confident we'll overcome the goal deficit. So we've looked at that. Before we look at the team form, let's look at the insights here. Remember, we still do the lineup prediction exercise, and that will end with that one there. The insight says that Chelsea unbeaten in 8 home games. That gives me hope. Our home performance has actually improved. Our home record has improved. It was poor last season. It was awful last season, actually. I think we lost. Didn't we lose more? I can't quite remember the record, actually, but I think that under Pochettino, our home record has improved, and that makes me happy. Chelsea and Middlesbrough have not drawn any of their last 5 matches against each other. 2 things gives me hope here. 2 things here give me hope. 2 things give me hope. One is the fact that we haven't lost at home for a while. Our home record has improved significantly. 8 games in a row. And plus, this in how many minutes that the second insight there, which says Chelsea and Middlesbrough have not drawn any of their last 5 matches, so there must be a winner. And for me, the fact that we haven't lost, we're unbeaten at home in 8 games. For me, that I think we'll beat them. Let me just leave it at that. We'll beat them. But we'll find out. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Big up to you, to True Blue Clay. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show panel and chat up to Chelsea. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 20 likes, but we should be doing way, way, way better than that. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Your brother JC was here. He did ask after you. Probably he's usually at work at this time, so doesn't stay that long in the chat. But if he's listening, he'd see that you're looking for him and that you're saying hello. So probably would come back and say hello to you too. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Let's go. So let's look at team form. In 5 games, we won 4 and lost 1, and that one we lost was against Boro. For them, in 5 games, they won 2, lost 2, and drew 1. Yeah, and one of those they won was against us. So let's see how many goals they were able to score in the 5 games in total. They scored 1 here, 2, 5, and 6 goals in total. Let me count it again to be sure I'm correct. Okay, they scored 1 here. Okay, they scored 1 here, which is 2, and plus 3, that's 5. 6 in total. They've scored 6 goals in total in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. But let's see, Coach. There's no hiding for Poch today. Anything less than a convincing win to get through tonight will simply not be good enough. We are playing at home against a mid-table lower league team. Yeah, but that's no guarantee. But I think we should be beating them convincingly. We should be able to beat them convincingly, so to speak. Hopefully, he's done his homework and not just you could say take things for granted. And because we're playing at home and because we've been good at home of late. If he makes that mistake, then yeah, they will knock us out and progress to the final. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. We appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. So let's look. They've scored how many again? I'm gonna recount it again. 1 here. They scored 1 goal here, 2 here, 5, 6 goals in total. And for us, in 5 games, we scored how many goals? 5. Okay, let's see, 5. 11, and we've scored 12 goals in total. So twice as much as they've scored actually. So that's a good sign. And the fact that we've been again we're unbeaten in 8 games in total at home. 8 straight games actually. Yep, to be more specific there. And the fact there's always been a winner in our last 5 meetings with them. There's not been a draw. Yep, none of the 5 meetings. Yep, let me read that again. It says Chelsea and Middlesbrough have not drawn any of their last 5 matches against each other. So there must be a winner. But given the fact there must be a winner and the fact that we've been unbeaten at home, I see us beating them. And the fact that we've scored more goals than them and they've conceded, let me see how many goals they've conceded and how many we've conceded. I think probably they've conceded more than us. So I think those are good signs. And hopefully but more importantly, we must go into that game not knowing that we have to put in the work necessary to beat them. If we go into that game with the mindset, yeah, we're beating them because we're home, then we'll probably lose. Let's see. They conceded how many have they've conceded a 3, 4, and also 5. They've conceded 6 goals in total, and we considered 1. Okay, 3 and 4. So they've conceded more than us. That gives me hope, if anything. Even if they score, we will most likely, not definitely, outscore them. But we have to put in the shift to get a win. Personally, I do not think we will win tonight, not because of Poch, but the players' desire to get through. Wow. So that's concerning, really. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. 21 likes. We should be doing way, way, way better than that. Let's get the likes up, people. Let's see. Nothing else to address there. I don't think there's anything else to look at here. So if we're going by the insights and team's recent form and the fact that that Chelsea and Middlesbrough have not drawn any of their last 5 games. You could argue, yeah, most likely I think we'll beat them. But yeah, it's numbers, statistics don't, you can say, in this case, because it's football, it's not constant in this case, because you have to also play after that. It doesn't, my point is this, it helps you, you can say, it helps you get a good idea of the most likely outcome of the game in question, but it's not a certainty. That's because there's still 90 minutes to be played, and you cannot script football. But it gives you a good idea if you want to bet and all that. Let's see. Okuchigaze here saying, okay, good afternoon to you too. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. So I think we'll get to the lineup prediction exercise. Nothing more here to talk about. Maybe how much time do we have? Okay, let's take our time to look at our statistics also. Look at Chelsea's stats, overall stats, see which player is stopping what department. And then before we get into the starts, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I know people were furious when we lost against Boro. The truth is actually, things we've actually improved in terms of how many Premier League games we've won in a row and all that. But people, because we expect so much of the from the you can say what's the language I'm looking for? I think we expect so much from this team that we don't even appreciate them when they do well. Take your time to go look at our last how many games we've won in a row, especially in the Premier League and all that. And the Boro thing was just a blip for me. But because it was Boro, because they were a championship team, mid-table in the championship, actually, that was why people were furious and probably didn't. And probably, I don't. You can say I think sometimes we judge them unfairly. Actually, I think we don't appreciate how well we've done of late. Probably because we lost to a team in the championship and in a mid-table in the championship, to be more specific there. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have okay, please, no use of abusive words. Did anybody do that? I didn't see anybody doing that. Yep, John was here. He did say hello to you, and I told him you responded because probably when you joined the chat, you did see that he was one of the first to start talking, and you said hello to him, but he wasn't there at the time. Let's see, bro. Any update on transfers? The news, and I'm saying, except from a Romano zone, I don't seem you don't seem to understand. I think it's the same for all of us. He had nothing concrete about Chelsea with regards to all our club's activities in the transfer market. Nothing is clear. All rumors at this point, except for Mudryk as a future. The first item we addressed. The first report here, which reads Chelsea would consider the permanent sale of Mudryk and ideally would like money that they can spend sooner rather than later. So, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen. And Fabrizio Romano did say something to the effect of things could change in the coming days with regards to the future of Mudryk. And that's it, really. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I am in and out of meeting today. Yep, you've seen that yourself. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. I think we have 9 home unbeaten run now. Yeah, and that's not easy. But the loss against Boro, you could say, was unbearable. People were speaking as if, it was, that's it, we're done because we lost to Boro. And for me, it wasn't like that for me. For me, it was just, you could say, halftime. And that's because, the second leg, which will be played later today, for me, I think it wasn't a perfect performance from us, but we did well enough. And had we been clinical on the day, we'd be talking about a different outcome right now. And the discussion would have been how much you can say how the approach and how the you can say the decision to play Cole Palmer in the number 9 position, how much of a genius you can say how good that was on the day. But Chelsea fans, one loss, and nobody remembered how we've improved actually. But we see things from different lenses, so I don't blame anybody. Let's see what else we have here, bro. Will you post the link here so people can follow up the match once it starts? No, we don't show the game. We don't show the game. We have no rights to do that. If I do that, I'd get into serious trouble. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. A question from True Blue Clay says, do you think the board will take action if we get knocked out of the cup today? I don't think they will judge him if we get knocked out of the cup. For reasons we've talked about 1,000 times here. They don't see things like us, the fans, do. They see things differently. The big believers in numbers. I'm sure you've heard that 1,000 times. And we've heard them say that the numbers show that we should be you can say, at least in the top four. Had for reasons that they talk. I can't quite remember what that report in particular. But they're big believers in numbers. And if you take your time to look at the numbers and everything, you'd say, yeah, we should be better situated on the table right now. Yeah, than in ninth place right now. And that's the truth. So I don't think that, like as I've said before earlier today, it take a prolonged, you can say, a stretch of poor performances for them to decide, you know what, it's not working. And yeah, I personally don't think so. But happy to hear your thoughts, Coach. You've heard me, and that's not the first time I've talked about that. It would take a lot for them to decide. Yeah, it's time to let him go. I don't think the outcome of the game against Boro today will wield, you can say, any influence on whether he stays or goes. Let's see. My way. Okay, see you when you join here. Let's see. Poch will be gone if the board can get the special one. You did mention yesterday that the Clear Lake are interested, that the new owners are interested in getting Mourinho in, and I don't think. Let's see what happens. But you can say I'm inclined to believe that. Why? And that's because we heard Mourinho. He stopped the negotiations with a Saudi club that he wanted to join or something. I can't quite recall that particular report. But yeah, let's see what happens. Do I think they will get him? It's believable. Yeah, given the fact that he stopped negotiations with the Saudi club, and we haven't heard anything with regards to him joining any other club, or you could say getting another job. So I'm not too sure what to make of that situation until it happens, and we'll see. What about those that came back from loan? Will they be available? Casade is cup tied. Yep, because he played for Leicester City in the club. Which of them? I don't think did he play for them in both the FA Cup and the EFL Cup. I'm not too sure. In the match, had coach said there might be in the press. Not Casade. I think somebody did mention that in the chat yesterday. He's not going to play against Boro. That's true, coach. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes still go a long way. So for me, I will start. If you think otherwise, let me know. Definitely Petrovic starts and goal, and I'll be shocked even when Robert Sanchez comes back, if he you can say if he if he takes the number one place. I don't think he will. I think Petrovic, for me, from what I've seen so far, I think he's the better of the two goalkeepers. But that's just my opinion anyway. And if the manager drops him and Sanchez comes in and falters, then yeah, he'd have a lot of questions to answer. Data is good, but data is not live. Yeah, you can say you have to use that cautiously. It can be deceiving. I agree. Their folly would soon unravel spectacularly. It seems like a comedy right now. All organizations set KPIs are using data and not data using KPIs. I go I go clear now. I go clear them, not be me. But here's the thing. I think in football it differs, in my opinion, in so many ways. But I agree, data relying on data alone can lead to a lot of issues, in my opinion. And I'm going to say this: I know you've been very skeptical of the approach, or you could say, yeah, let's use the approach of the new owners. I'm going to tell you this: I think things will fall into place. It will take time, and I've said this before. I did not come into the season expecting us to be playing at the same level as Man City, Liverpool, even Brighton and Newcastle United. And that's because, yeah, I realized before time that we have an entirely new squad, and a very young squad, a young one at that, which, yeah, doesn't make it easy. If we had more experienced players, you can say the consistency we've seen from this team won't be, you can say, that much. It will happen for lack of a cohesion, or lack of, you can say, chemistry between the players. but not as much as it is happening right now. We have lots of issues because we have a very young squad. The lack of ability to control games. And all that. That comes with the territory. For lack of a better way, again, to express myself there, but I'm quite sure you did understand everything I tried to explain. Big up to you too, Mabasa05. I hope you're doing well. This game is a must-win. Yeah. And what do you think will happen? Do you think we'll win? Boro will most likely sit back today. Shocking, right? Starling and Palmer will need to have a good game. Any other creative outlets you think we can depend on? I think say what you like about Madueke. I think this is the sort of game you want him on the pitch. He's one of the, you can say, best dribblers we have currently at the club. Starling, you can say his dribble success rate is usually his average dribble success rate is usually you can say around 40 to 45%. He hardly gets above 50%. Madueke is a much better dribbler. But let's see what the manager does later today. But here's the thing. Certainly, I think Raheem Sterling starts. I'll be shocked if that isn't the case. It's hard to predict who starts and who wouldn't because he's been predictably unpredictable. Poch has been set up to fail by these. This is your opinion, Mabas. It was nice to see you. More importantly, for me, it's a 3-1 win. That would do it. I think we'll concede, but I think would score more, would score enough goals to progress to the final. Jokes apart, Poch ain't doing too bad considering where he took the team from, but he needs some level of consistency for confidence. Yep, for himself and the players, more importantly. I think it was Adebayo Makunju who said severally in the chat on occasions that as much as winning can become a habit, losing can also become a habit. And that is especially true for young players, for inexperienced players that you can say that doesn't have the character to overcome a poor run of form. A stretch of losses can be seriously problematic for them because he will hit their confidence real hard. That at the time that, again, the only solution will be, by the time that happens, the only solution will be to change the manager because new manager bounce usually helps players in low confidence, for lack of a better term there. But I think I agree with you. I think we've done well of late, but that Boro loss, all hell broke loose after we lost to them. I think you're very correct. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So now we have a problem now. The back four. Let's talk about the back four. Augusto isn't available for selection. He's injured. So would you rather play? Would you prefer play? Would you prefer to see? Would you rather play? What's his name? Gilchrist in the right back position, or Axel Disasi, and then bring in someone else in the to partner Thiago Silva, or maybe partner Thiago Silva with I'm not too sure what we're gonna do here, just because certainly now the fact that Gusto is out, Levi Kowa will most certainly play in the left back position. Chilwell he's been training for a while now, but I'm not too sure whether the manager will still play him there. It's wow. Pochettino is seriously, as Roger would say, predictably unpredictable. So who plays in the left back? Chilwell is available for selection. At least that's what I believe because he's been training for a while now. I'm not sure. I think he should start in the left back position. Gilchrist, right back position, and then two center backs. It should be should be Thiago Silva and Axel Disasi. But I think Boro will target. They will if Kowa starts in the left back position, they will target him because actually we nearly considered in the first few minutes of our last meeting with them. So I'm not too sure. Let's hear your back four and why you think that would be the case. This is not actually a preferred lineup. We're trying to predict what the manager would do. Back four, left back Kowa, Badiashile, left center back, Thiago Silva, right center back, Gilchrist, right back. I think so too, because it wouldn't make sense to make any changes in the central area of the back four. If you chop and change, that could lead to issues, in my opinion. No one is clueless. Instead, use another language. Just don't worry too much about the language there, Chico said, don't worry, clueless. You can say isn't that bad. But thank you for paying attention to the languages being used there. Diego Morilla will thrive at left midfield, left wing back if Poch plays with a back three. He will get a chance. We've been told that we start working under Mauricio Pochettino, but I think he will play mainly for the academy. But that's just my opinion anyway. Colwell was cooked by their winger, yeah, and Matson is gone. Chilwell should be left back. Should be that is if we're doing the preferred lineup, but this is we're trying to predict what we believe the manager would do, but I think it will make sense. Let's go with Colwell here. Let's go with Colwell. Let's just believe maybe he does that, because that will make more sense right now, in my opinion. Let's go Gilchrist here. He's played him in the right back position. He's deployed him in the right back position on 3 occasions, maybe. One was a start. Correct me if I'm wrong. And on 2 occasions, substitute appearances for him. Gilchrist here. Yep, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. If I were the manager, honestly, I'd go with Badiashile and Axel Disasi. But probably I'd see him play at Disasi and still Thiago Silva here. And I think they would target Thiago Silva. I think he starts. That's because he's had how many days to rest before this game. So I still go Disasi here. To me, he's a starter always. If anything, the manager will pair Disasi with someone else here. Silva. But let's hear you if you disagree. We're trying to predict the manager's selection. This is not a preferred lineup here, so that you understand. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. Chilwell is winger. Someone put that in Poch's notes. That's a chance that happens today. I'm not too sure what to make of the manager right now. Kachila, there's a psychological block that takes time to shatter in order to become a great side. Roman CFC, Man City, and PSG are still battling that. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I like to read your comments because you make a lot of sense every time. Except for we differ. I think we differ. You can say in our views with regards to Poch's tactical ability and all that, whether he's the right man or not. But thank you for that comment. I think you agree. Jokes apart, we are winning tonight. I strongly believe we can. Chilwell, Colwell, Silva, Disasi. Ooh, yeah. How soon? When next are we playing after today? So let me see if it's he will try to you can say to rest one of the CBs. But something comes to mind after reading JC's last comment on the screen there, and that's because on occasions where he's played with more CBs on the pitch, I think we're being better defensively. Although that causes, you said, that reduces the number of players we have on the pitch that will do more for us offensively. Let's see Chelsea's schedule here. Let me check something quickly. Right after today's game, the next game on Friday, which is on the 26th, and today in 3 days' time. So I don't think he played. I don't think he played Colwell, the Sissi, and also Thiago Silva. So probably he will rest Thiago Silva because the next game is in 3 days' time, actually. Yep. One is today, the next one on the 26th. I think he wouldn't. I think he would. He's not going to play all of them. Even though, I'm inclined to believe that he would do that, but I don't think he will, in my opinion. But let's see what else we have here. But let's see what happens. Chile, I think decided if Poch had done his homework, he will know that Casado played many games as right back for Brighton, and he did really well. Yeah, we've talked about that severally on this channel. I think Casado will play there, but who else? Who plays? Who will not play his role? Yeah, that's where That's where that's a. I think probably when we had Leslie available for selection, that would have been the perfect time to try Casado in right back position. Yeah, we've talked about. I'm not too sure really, and what the manager would do, but we'll find out. And he did really well, and yeah, and that's the truth. A Chilwell for 60 minutes and hope we are winning it so he can come off. I think he's trained long enough with his teammates to play 90 minutes, in my opinion. But the match, competitive games are different from training games, but we'll see. My choice of back for Chilwell, Silva, this is Steve Gilchrist, and I think he would do that, and that's because the next game comes in just 3 days time. So I don't think it would make sense to play the host to have the whole you said the fit CVs on the pitch. I think that's a lot of risk in my opinion. CFC is fast losing that psychological edge. We may be in for decades upon decades of mediocrity. I don't agree with that one. I think at most this season, it's more like the rehearsal. You can say preseason for this young squad. I think will be way better in the coming season. I don't agree. I'm afraid and concerned. That's a follow up. It's the second part of the first sentence in that comment on the screen. I watched the CFC battle in the late 90s, succeed in the 20s. Listen, I think we'll be fine. Believe me, I think we'll be fine. And your concern is legit and understandable. And CFC Jingles, that's Jude. He's shared the link to his YouTube channel. He says, hello, guys. So please help us subscribe to the channel and give us some likes, please. Please help us to grow. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. More importantly, help him get monetized by subscribing and also watching his videos and liking them. Because if he gets monetized, he will be encouraged to do more, and the more videos content he creates, then we're able to grow our fan base. So we should support him. The link is there, pinned at the top of everything we have there. Go check it out. Coachella, if Poch plays Chilwell left back, Chilwell left wing, and we lose, there will be riots. I don't think he'd do that today. It wouldn't make sense. Chilwell, as well, I know he carries goal threat, but for a side that would defend deep today, I don't think it would make sense to play him in the wing in the left wing position. I think he'll be ineffective in my opinion. Hopefully he doesn't do that. Let's just believe he'll play him in the left back position. Why is Poch so stubborn with Chilwell at left back? Chilwell came on as a substitute last game, but at left wing, this baffles me, and especially against Middlesbrough, they would defend deep by default. I don't think it will make sense to start Chilwell in the left wing position. 1-0 is too small for Chelsea to turn over and win in our home game. Yeah, we need to beat them by 2 goals. No chance Chilwell plays left wing. I cannot see any reason for that. It wouldn't make sense at all. He cannot justify doing that given the fact that Chilwell is available and given the fact we're playing against a team that will most likely defend deep. We need better players on the pitch. That's not me saying that Chilwell is a bad player. We need dribblers on the pitch. Yeah, we've talked about that 10,000 times. On the pitch to win penalties and sometimes penetrate that low block and create chances to cause them problems and score. Because these Boro guys will form a broader wall. I agree. They will. Yep. I don't think Gusto is injured. Poch is preparing him for Aston Villa. Okay, let's see. Boro, Villa, and Liverpool. All 3 must-win games. If somehow we win these games, I think there will be a bit of a change among fans regarding Poch. Okay, let's see. Chelsea all the way. Stephen Tokyo, nice to see you, Mr. Tokyo. I hope you're doing well. Hi to you too, Constantine Dante. Nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let's see anything else here. Big up to you too. So let's go get on the 2 6s here. Casado, he's been sitting 6. I think Casado can do more for us, but I think we need to, maybe Lavia will be available. Casado tomorrow for an 8, and if you play him as an 8, I think he gets you goals, he create chances for you, and he will do more actually, and win balls for us in the final third. I think as a sitting 6, he needs that freedom. But we play with 2 6s, but the application, if you pay attention to the application, One seats as a security for our back line, and the other one is a hybrid of 8 and 6, which is Enzo Fernandez with the independence to be wherever he deems fit on the pitch, and also helps us dictate the pace of the game, and helps us control the game. So Enzo here. Yep, I think that's what we're gonna see. Here's where the place, you can say, the one place I think will be very, very difficult to correctly predict. I still do think that Mauricio Pochettino, I don't think he starts Amanda Broya in this game, but we'll see. But let's hear you. The 3 and behind the striker, the number 10, 9, and 8. Let's hear you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. 30 likes. We should be doing way better than that. Let's see. Big up to you too. This says if we can get an early goal, yeah, that will go a long way. Then they will come out because they know they need to score to win. You can say, and if we concede first, we're in trouble. If we concede first, chances are we concede up to 4. Yeah, because panic mode will set in, and these players aren't that experienced to be patient. They'll be too eager to go score that will concede even more. If we can get an early goal, that should settle our nerves and mess up their game plan. But will Poch do that by picking more attacking players? I honestly do not know. I honestly do not know. If I were Pochettino, I'd go with actually with a 3 at the back approach, 3-4-2-1 maybe, and play wingers in the wing back positions, and then yeah, they'd be in serious trouble. But even if he does that, you'd see him playing with defenders in the wing back positions. I'm still hopeful, even though I'm still concerned that he do something that probably could be, you can say, will not help our performance today. But I'm still confident we'll overcome the one goal deficit and progress to the final. But let's see what the manager does. As Roger would say, he is predictably unpredictable. And it's saying, big up everyone. We have the worst owners, the worst manager, the worst players. It will be a 1-1 draw. Okay, let's hear you. And I've said this before in case you haven't heard me say it. If we don't progress to the final, I owe the community a $50 giveaway. So let that sink in. I'm that confident. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Let's hear you. The 3, the number 10, right wing, left wing. Who do you think? I think Cole Palmer starts. The question now is, but where he plays, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. Where Cole Palmer plays depends on who starts with him. Yeah, we know Conor Gallagher most definitely starts. I'd be shocked if Conor Gallagher doesn't start this game. So it's simple, really. We know he likes to play him here. And if I were the manager, I wouldn't be doing that. And that's because I want more from my number 10. Yeah, I think Gallagher plays there. So that leaves us with a right wing and a left wing. So, yeah. So Cole Palmer starts. So if that happens, Cole Palmer here. Okay, let's narrow it down. I think Palmer starts there. And by the way, it will be a fluid approach anyway. And I'm suspecting that there's a chance Amanda Broya won't start this game and Cole Palmer will play in the number 9 position. That's just my opinion. I think he would do that, and I don't think he'd be hesitant because he probably will look at the game against the first leg, the leg one at what's it called? Their stadium called at Middlesbrough and go, yeah, had Palmer been clinical, people will be calling him a genius right now. And that's because Palmer had the opportunity to help us actually win that game. He could have had a hat trick on the day, but he was wasteful on that day. But thank goodness, I think he is a confidence chap, and that hasn't affected his performances for us. His performance did not affect his performance in the following game. He showed confidence as usual. So I think, but let's hear you. So let me go with Palmer here, but I still think there's a chance Amanda Broya is not going to start this game. And here, unfortunately, I think he's going to start Sterling. So let's hear you. But we can do this. I'll use a poll. Let's use a poll to decide who starts in the right wing position. If you guys choose Madueke, thinks that Mauricio believes, if you guys believe that that Pochettino will start Nani Madueke in the right wing position, then Cole Palmer will most likely play in the number 9 position. That's because I don't see him dropping Conor Gallagher, but that's just me anyway. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 32 likes. We should be doing way better than that. Let's get the likes up, people. So let me ask the question here. I'm going to do a poll here, and please, if you're joining, there's a link pinned at the very top. Let's go help our brother grow, please. Let's help him grow, get to 1,000, get monetized, and be encouraged to create more Chelsea content to help grow our fan base. So let me do this now. So start a poll. I'm gonna start a poll. So I'm gonna say right wing position. Let's go. Right wing. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go Naughty Madueke. There's an option there. Madueke, and then we have Palmer. You can add more Sterling. So, and usually I don't like to get those in the chat involved, because we usually end up with a result that's opinion driven, not necessarily what the manager would do. But that's just me anyway. Let's move on from this. Let's give me 1 second quickly. One more options. Let's go Sterling there, and that's because Sterling can play on either side, on the right or on the left. But let's get your opinion, people. 33 likes. We should be doing way better than that. This is saying, let's see what else we have here. Phil, if you want to, okay, Phil, I'll ask you later whether you agree with all the players I've selected so far. Guys, let's get the likes up if we want Chelsea to win. Come on, let's do it, people. 33 likes. We should be doing way better than that. Would love to see Mudryk on the right. I think he should start. And maybe he will. Here's what I think will happen here. I think it will be Madueke here, because I think Pochettino would do the same thing he did against them again at their home turf. And you could argue, had we been clinical on the day, we'll be talking about discussing a different outcome here. So I think Palmer will still be here. That's just my opinion. Gallagher, I think Gallagher start this one. And I think on the left, I think Sterling starts. But that's just me anyway. Let's see what else we have. Cole Palmer, I think probably he'll play me in the 9, but it's a fluid approach anyway. You can see anybody there in the supposed number 9 position there. Let's see. Of course, Gallagher is playing in the 10. We need his superior technical ability and clinical finishing. Yeah, and you understand. I think he starts. Let's see. For me, we don't need a three-man midfield. Either Gallagher or Casado can make way. We need a more creative players to start the game at least. But of course, Poch will start Gallagher. And let's say, okay, who else? Who else comes in there? Let's hear you. Who comes in and who makes way? I don't think we have too many options actually right now. Coach, remember, Casado is back and he can. I think he's cup tied. We established that yesterday. So which means he can play. But Big Z, nice to see you. Appreciate you joining. Is Victor coming or not? More Cardis. Here's thing. I'm not sure. Mr. Moore. I'm not too sure. If anything, it's not going to happen this January. Even he himself has he's talked about that. If it's going to come, but he didn't talk about coming to Chelsea. But if you for me, my understanding of the interview, of his responses to the interviewer, is that he's not coming now. Hi to you, to BRZ, my Swiss bro. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Madueke must be a super sub, not starting. I think he should start this game, and that's because we need players who are capable of beating their man. And if I have my way, honestly, if I were the manager, I'm not gonna start Sterling, and that's because his driven starts are awful. But that's just my opinion anyway. But that's actually not opinion. He averages a 40 plus dribble success rate. He hardly goes beyond 50, gets 50%, and let alone going beyond 50%. But that's just my opinion. Big up to you too, Vic. Nice to see you, bro. I appreciate you always finding time to join the show. And here's all right, if we don't go through 2 legs against a mid-table championship team, yeah, with injuries and all that, that's an issue. And I'm going to say something I've talked about before. Because we lost to Boro, we forgot that actually with how many games we haven't lost we've gone 8 games in a row without losing a single home game. We were better off than we were last season in so many ways. And we've won how many Premier League games in a row? And we've beaten low block teams of late. So because we lost to a championship team, all hell did break loose on the day. People forgot again that we are actually making progress, in my opinion. And the issues we've had, I'm not one of those that blame. Again, I don't blame the manager for all the problems we've had. We could say what we are experiencing because we're still there. And that's not me saying he's been perfect. I reckon Badiashile starts to partner Silva and the Sassi at right back. That may well happen today, Vic. That may well happen. Mudryk should get a goal. Stalin had a chance against Boro already. But do you think the manager would do that? I'm not too sure. But I think we have to decide that with the poll. Let's see what else we have here. And big up to my bro, DJ. Nice to see you, brother. Big up, Kuchila, the panel. Disagree with one of your options, Mudryk ahead of Stalin. Do you think that Pochettino is going to select select Mudryk ahead of Stalin? That's the question. Yeah, if let's say this is a preferred lineup exercise, yeah, for sure, Mudryk over Stalin. But do you think deep down that Pochettino will select Mudryk over Stalin? Let's hear you if you think that's going to happen. I want to hear you, Coach. As soon as Mudryk starts to improve, Poch benched him. Yeah, exactly, and put Stalin on the left. Now Nani has improved, so Nani will be on the bench. Oh, I like that. I really do like that. Honestly. That's seriously creative and I like it. No jokes there. Phil, the lineup so far, do you disagree with anything or do you agree with all of them? Let's hear you before I go to Bobby. And I appreciate Bobby finding the time to join, by the way. Phil, let's hear you. And keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's hear you, Phil. Phil, you're there? Okay.
Yeah, Coach, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you. The lineup so far. And you know you can always come in. You don't have to wait for me to be going and boring people to death with my sole opinion. We need diverse opinion to keep people properly entertained. But let's hear you.
For the lineup, I don't think Palmer is going to start as a false nine. I think he's going to put Broya there because he usually likes to play mostly with a conventional striker who is going to be a proper striker, which means Palmer will have to start either on the left or just behind Broya.
Why do you think Palmer won't start in the number 9 position?
I think if you have checked with some of the players like Madsen, he got some minutes before he actually went to Dortmund. And there are some rumors which are saying Broya will probably leave and go on loan to either West Ham or any of these other teams which are below us. So there's a chance he's going to give him some minutes today just for him to get a chance to prove himself a little more before he can actually leave to actually go to another team on loan.
All right. How about the back four? You okay with that? And the 2-6s, you okay with those?
The back four, I think he's going to start with Disasi, which will mean that Silva and Badiashu will likely start. Then Gilchrist will come maybe in the second half as a sub.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see what we have here. Bobby, I'm going to come to you. But before I do that, just give me a few seconds here. Enzo and Casado can be the two in the midfield. Code Palmer can play in the 10 role, and Madueke on the right, Stalin on the left, Broya striker. You think Gallagher will not start? Yeah, Gallagher start. Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. One day, both Reece James and Malo Gusto will be fully fit. Malo can actually play left back, and until that happens, honestly, I just don't want to. You can say hold my breath on that. Important week for our beloved club, Coachella, targeting starting tonight. Two important cup competitions. Next, Aston Villa, in the FA Cup. We needed to be part of a final in Wembley and Aston Villa on Friday. We can actually get to the final of that one too. Mudryk is not playing against a team that will play with a low block. Yeah, he's actually a better dribbler than Stalin, but a lot of people don't know that. But here's the thing, even but nice to see you, Kishan. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show, and here's for you. But I'm going to say this quickly. I don't think Mudryk starts over Stalin, but we'll find out. Let's see what else we have here. Chile is not fully match fit. He will come on as a sub. I think he starts because he's been training for a while now, but maybe will not play 90 minutes. But there's a chance he wouldn't start either. But we'll find out. Poch will play Palmer left wing, Stalin up front. Let's see. Broya depends if we have bias. Yeah. Is Badiashile fit? Because I think he's fit. And chances are he starts, but I don't know what happens. Let's see. Stalin has had his chances. It's Mudryk's time. I think Mudryk has an argument. If it was not for his equalizer against Newcastle, we never would have reached the semi-final in the first place. I get it. We won on penalties. Yeah. And he did score a penalty too on the day. But it's difficult to say what Poch would do. Gallagher is doing well, and that Frederick Sango. Nice to see you, Mr. Sango. It's been a minute. I hope the cases are chipping busy and nothing has happened to you on your end. He's doing well, but it doesn't mean he has to play every game. That's how you see it. Does the manager see it like that? I don't know. There's a chance the manager decides to rest him today and play him the next game, just like he did the last time. But I don't know. He should start tonight's game on the bench to afford us some more attacking options. Let's see what the manager does. I'll come to you in a bit. Let's see. Kasade in the number 10, I would like to see it, but Kasade is cup tied. Also, Carney as well. Oh, Carney Chukwuemeka is available. Do I think he starts a game today? Possibly, because he did. He got a few minutes the last time we played, didn't he? And Pochettino likes him, but we all know they are a lottery, and we came up with Trumps. I'm not sure what I read that correctly, but maybe it's probably some mistakes there. Coach, do you see Carney playing a part? I think he will play a part. Whether he starts is the question. I'm not too sure. I don't know. Big up to you too, Tiger. Beast, nice to see you. If Gallagher must play, let him sit deep and protect backline. That role sits him as a one DM only. We don't need two DMs. Clean up and the rubbish. I think I understand. Maybe he would be effective. I think he's played deeper before and was effective. Because for me, I need more from my number 10. As much as I think he's improved and have a role in the team, I don't think it's in the number 10 role, in my opinion. But let's see what the manager does. Carney surely has to play in the comp today, but will he start? I don't know. No, I know Gallagher will start. Just saying, we don't necessarily need his profile in this game. Yeah. When a Boro will sit deep, usually when teams sit deep, Gallagher will not be that effective. And thanks for that theory from Constantine Dante, and that's correct. But Poch will start him. Just saying. But let's see what happens here. Gallagher in the number 10 makes no sense against a low block. Maybe he will not start him today. You never know. But Poch is so predictably unpredictable that you never know what he will do until he does whatever he likes. Then you see it and start asking questions. But Bobby, let's hear you. The lineup so far. What do you make of it? I don't think Broya starts this game, but that's just my opinion anyway. And I think the response we get from the poll will go a long way. 42% thinks Palmer. Yep, I think Palmer will start in the right wing position, which means Madueke isn't gonna get a chance. I don't think Broya starts today, in my opinion. But let's see.
That's not nice.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. This says we can start slow defensively. We can start slow defensive players set up again. Poch needs to attack straight away But at the
Good.
same time,
You
we're
have
not, we need
asked
to
me
be
a
defensively
question,
cautious. Go
and
ahead,
now
Bobby.
you're answering the question you've asked me and moved on.
No, I didn't move on. I was
Well, I
waiting for
think,
you to unmute. Bobby, go ahead, please.
yeah,
Sorry
I
about that
was
if that's how you see it.
politely waiting for you to allow me to respond.
No, I was looking for your mic to unmute because you
Well,
usually have issues with that. But go ahead.
yeah, what can I say? I don't know. What is the back line you have there? That's
At the
what I
back
want to
line,
see.
Chilwell here, not Colwell. Let me again. I think Chilwell starts in the Chilwell,
You never know,
Silva,
coach.
Is
Distasi,
that
and
is
Maybe
that
Gilchrist.
Colwell.
what's is that what you want to happen or what you think
No, what
he'll
we think
do?
will happen, I'm not too sure. But let's hear you. If you differ, then we'll ask
What?
those in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, and the center three is who? Colwell, sorry, Gallagher, Caicedo, Enzo,
Yep,
and the
with
right backs. Who's there?
Gilchrist.
Chill,
Because
Gilchrist
Gilchrist is right.
and center backs.
the two center
Chilwell and
backs,
Disasi.
Silva and Distasi.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would like, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think he will do what he will do because he knows our deficiencies physically. He will go Colwill, Silva, Desassi. He might use Gilchrist on the right, or depending, if he has Chilwell on, then he will go with Colwill and Silva and Desassi on the right. He's not going to have two little guys on the left and right back position. Rightly or
How tall is
wrongly,
Gilchrist?
Gilchrist he's a tall guy. He's about 6 foot, maybe even 6'1", but he's young and he's slight. Yeah, he might use him there. I think he's more likely to use him there than play with Chilwell. If you notice, he's
He's
very
6.
reluctant to use little players in the back positions. He's been playing Chilwell further up the field, and I don't see him changing. I'm going from his head, not mine.
Hmm.
And that's what he'll do simply because his midfield is going to be slightly smaller than theirs. Size is everything in British football.
But
We
here's the thing:
tend to
while
think
you're
it's
still there,
nothing,
Bobby,
but it's everything.
quickly, Bobby. In this particular game, is height more important or pace?
Both.
And you
Both.
can argue
Unfortunately, you
if
see,
Chilwell starts on the left hand side, Colwell starting on the left hand side, we've been missing pace, and that's an issue. But go ahead with what you were saying.
yeah, you see, yeah, that's another thing. If Chilwell starts there, pace is removed yet again because he's not
That is
particularly
Colwell.
fast.
We mean Colwell. If Colwell starts there, pace
No,
we lose
Colwell has
pace.
pace. He
Yeah,
has pace.
does he really?
Yes, he's fast. He's just that maybe
As a
positionally
centre back, he
he's
has
not as
pace. As a
good.
left back,
Go ahead,
Well,
Bobby.
I think I'm just speculating, just like everyone else. I think he's faster than Chilwell. That's why he's preferred to Chilwell. You see, I don't know. Chelsea fans tend to. I don't know. We live in this fantasy where we think physicality doesn't matter. Look at how David Moyes is battling with Arsenal over Victor Boniface. It's because of his physicality. This is a brutal game, and if you can't take the knocks or bulldoze your way through things, you're going to be bullied. And Poch knows he has to win this game. He's not going to win it with weaklings on the field. He's going to win it with tough guys on the field because he's going to face tough guys. Even if they play a low block. Part of the reason we struggle with low blocks is because we don't have players who can bulldoze their way into things. That's where someone like Osimhen will be useful because he can bulldoze his way into things. We need some physical guys, and whether we like it or not, he's going to go with physicality, and that would be either having Colwell on the left, or if uh, and in fact he will play. Let me just make it simple. He will play Colwell left, uh, um, Disasi and Silva centre backs, and Gilchrist on the right. That will be his compromise. That will be his defense, and then
because I don't think he would chop and change in the central area of that back line. That's because the next game comes as soon as again 3 days time. But here's the thing, Bobby, I want to explain this.
Yeah.
I don't think he will be so much focused on physicality in the back line. Because these guys we won't get the chance in terms of, you could say, aerial, the physicality and height. I don't think he will be so focused on that much. That's because they won't get too many chances. They won't get too many chances. That's because we will be on them, and I get it. Their only opportunity will be on the break. But go ahead with what you were saying before I go to Tiger. I think
that's presumptuous.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's presumptuous. I mean, I understand the presumption, but I don't think he will do that. I think he's learnt enough where he's not had the players who could physically dominate the opposition. He's learnt enough about that to risk that in a game that he must win. And so he will go physicality all the way. If you don't, it is a huge risk against a team that will be physical, that will bully you, that will create problems if you can't bulldoze your way past them. British football, it is what it is. And if you want to pretend it's not there, it'll be to your detriment. You've got to fight. He knows it. He says you have to fight for the right to play. And this is exactly what we have to do tonight. And we need the big guys. If not, we're just going to be bullied like they did to us at their place.
Yeah, but here's my argument before Tiger, I'll continue in a bit. I think even if we have Chilwell in the left back, I think we will sort out an issue that was was apparent the last time we played them. They had so much joy operating again, dealing with our left back on that day. We could have considered as early as a few seconds into the game. And one of them actually, the Sassi, had the VAR been in use on the day, we could have gotten an early. The Sassi could have received an early marching order in the game. So I think if he paid attention, if the manager rewatched that game, he'd be concerned of Chilwell playing in the left back position. Even though you could argue the application is more of a three at the back once the game starts. But let's see. Tiger, just give me a few minutes. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just giving an opinion. I don't know.
No, that's why we're here, Bobby. That's why we're here. Go ahead.
He might choose Chilwell. He might choose Chilwell. I mean, he might choose Chilwell.
Then Chilwell.
But I don't think Chilwell is good. Defensively, Chilwell has shown a lot of deficiencies, and they will bully him. He's been bullied quite a bit in recent times in that position. So I don't know. He might do it and he might do well. I would like to think that. But for me, this is not a game that I want to see us going in with hope. We need to be quite certain about what we're doing. If we're going into this game with hope, then that's a problem.
Yeah, not hope really. But here's the Bobby, if I were the manager, the reason I will stand Chilwell over Chilwell is that, as well as you could argue, I don't blame Chilwell for the sort of mistakes he's made whenever he's played deployed in the left back position, and that's because he's traditionally a centre back. And he just one second. He tends to drift inwards to help defensively, and then leaving the left hand side open for the opposition to exploit. But because Chilwell is traditionally a left back, he will stick to his job and leave anything that's going on in the central area for this the guys that are deployed centrally to deal with. So I think that's important too. If I were the manager, that's what I would do. But let's hear you. Go ahead. You were saying something.
Well, I'm talking of the overall tactics, and the overall tactics, I think he may well, going forward. That's why the left attacking situation may be where the surprise is. I think that's where he will have Chilwell, because Chilwell will help with covering for Colwell, and that's where physicality will be compensated. But Colwell's problem is when he's totally exposed. But if he has somebody there to help him with the workload, he does very well. and Chilwell will do just that. I still maintain he will play Colwell because of physicality. Remember, there's still 5 subs and things will change. And if you go ahead, then the difference, you can then start playing a bit more and using the smaller guys a bit more. But in order to get dominance, you've got to have physical control. And that's why I think he will have Colwell on the left. The middle 3, we know who they are. It's the front 3 that will be affected, and he will likely start, and just starting, Chilwell on the left. Um, uh, um, Now, who plays on the right depends on who he uses in the striking position. If he chooses to use Cole Palmer as the false 9, then he will have Palmer as the false 9 and Sterling on the right. If he doesn't, then he'll have Brozier as number 9 and either Palmer or Sterling on the right. However, this is just the start. The game is a long game and there are substitutions to be had. That's just
And one
my
thing
opinion.
again, we can all agree that Pochettino is predictably unpredictable. Chances are he does an entirely different thing. And Tiger, just quickly, if you don't mind, let me give those in the chat the microphone briefly. Then I'll come back to you. Let's hear your thoughts on the.
Sure, coach.
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, you heard something. Just go. Love the team, but I see in individual play bailing us out, which usually relies on mentality, which can be risky when you consider, especially the force. Yeah, I think we've talked about that too. And Weez is saying we need to attack from the start to the end, 3-1, because Middlesbrough will score. Yep. Tons. That's a given. Surely won't come from the coaching. Let's see what else we have here. Colwell was getting cooked. He was cooked severally on that day. Actually, it didn't really work. And if we decide, like Bobby suggested, to play Ben Chilwell in the left wing and then to help balance things out, Chilwell's ability to, you can say, stick, not you can say, move inwards and leaving the left side porous, or for lack of a better language there, then we'll suffer offensively because these guys will defend deep and Chilwell won't be effective against a team that defends deep, in my opinion. Colwell has no pace against the wingers. Let's see, Colwell has pace. He's faster than Poch. Physicality, it doesn't matter if you cannot even keep up with them. Let's see what else. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Bobby Colwell was physically rattled by their winger. Colwell actually isn't, I don't count him as physical. He's still lacking in that department. On occasions where I've had so much questions about him is his inability to deal with physical opponents. Yep, they seem to muscle him off the ball easily. That's one thing. I think even Ben Chilwell can actually guard the ball, protect the ball better than Colwell right now. Colwell there's an excellent player in him as a center back, in my opinion. Colwell does not have the pace to deal with him physically. It's more than just size. Has that low center gravity due to his backside and everything. Colwell hasn't learned to be physical yet. He hasn't, in my opinion, but he's an excellent ball playing defender. And centrally, I think he will do well for us. Yep. Constantine is going there. Bobby likes to get physical. Tim picks on Colwell because he can keep up with the wingers. Let's see. Keep driving the likes on the stream. It's weird, but none of us can predict a Chelsea lineup. You cannot right now until we have all our players back, and then pay attention to what the manager does for a while before you get a hold of a pattern of the his selection pattern. Arsenal and Liverpool, you can see, and Man City, but Chelsea, it's like roulette. Yeah, interesting. Let's see. Colwell has Boro will be so happy if Colwell starts. I think they will be, in my opinion. We don't need to play 4 at the back. 3 is enough. And usually, even when we start, when the structure says we're playing with a 4 at the back structure, usually the approach is more like a 3 at the back. Colwell is one of the least physical players at the moment. I think I agree with that one. Virtually loses every one-on-one encounters and is extremely slow on closing down spaces, which has resulted in us, yeah, sports and all that. But he's an excellent player defensively when he plays in the central area. Cowell, I don't think he's physical. I agree on that one. We all know Cowell thrives in CB more, but has Poch been playing Cowell as a left back by choice or need? You can say no. I wouldn't say. Listen, we had Ian Matson, and even when we had Ben Chilwell, he was playing him in a wing back position. So it's a matter of preference, anyways. But I'm not going to get into that. Bobby, Chilwell has not played as defender under Poch. He's a winger, so Bobby could, but which means the manager could end up. We will end up seeing what Bobby talked about them again. Suggested the manager would do, which is to play Ben Chilwell left wing and play Colwell left back to balance things out. That may well happen, but we don't know. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Bobby has a physicality fetish. Colwell, constantly, you're always looking for Bobby's trouble, but I know it's all love. That's how we operate here. We joke, we're laughing, we had good conversations here. This is saying Colwell has been getting bullied mostly. Yep, that's correct. Boro manager clearly say that they targeted Colwell knowing he was not cut out for that position. Yet Poch keeps doing that. Let's see if he does that again. We will find out. What else do we have here? If Sterling is in the left wing, Colwell will not be able to cover. Yep, simple as that. That's what Poch wants the opposition to do. Attack Colwell. Is that all his? What? Okay. All right. I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom, and then let's see our Tiger's opinion here. We can't get every comment in the chat. Apologies. I'll try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions. Tiger, let's hear your opinion on the lineup. What do you think? Do you disagree with any of the selections there?
Yeah, coach, big up to all in chat, big up to
Big
Boki,
up to
big
you
up to
too.
the panel.
Big up. What happened? Do you travel? We haven't seen you in a while.
Points too. Yeah. Actually, I was busy. I have exams in the next few months, and there are like 3 4 exams
Ooh,
back to back,
good
back to
luck,
back,
good
back to
luck,
back. So
good luck with that. That should be your
thank
priority,
you.
man.
Yeah. So that's the problem. Actually, quick plug in. I actually recorded a podcast with Zari. It's not a debate. It's a proper calm podcast. It's the real me. I'm not saying I'm fake over here, but it's more like from a cool-headed analyst point of view. I've tried to analyze and tried to say the positive things too. But one thing is very clear today, coach. If
Mhm.
Poch loses this, and I'm coming on the lineup very quickly. If Poch loses this, it's over for me and he should go and leave my club. That's it. I have no positives to actually comment. This is a must win. This is a job online match. He has to win it, no matter what he uses, what players is available to him. It doesn't matter to us fans. We can't lose to a championship side consecutively, and when we have so much of amount of space for preparation as well. That was my point, and that was my stance on today's importance of the match. Now
Mhm.
on the lineup, I actually from the starting. Actually, if I start from Palmer, I don't see Palmer as a striker, but I don't see any good alternatives either. I mean, if we are using Broya, but now the whole management and the whole Chelsea board, I guess, is pushing to sell Broya in order to, balance the books, as it looks like. Of if you believe the reports and stuff. So if we are so keen to sell him, maybe I would be willing to give him one last stint as a striker. If he scores today, maybe say that would only improve his value in the market, right? If say
Mhm.
Aston Villa is going around him or West Ham is going for him, that would only instill more confidence in those teams that yes, he is a player of quality. So we can give 40 million or 30, 35, whatever the price they are trying to give, or the loan come obligation to buy they are trying to seek from Chelsea. So giving Broya a chance to not just prove himself to us and not just win us this most important game we have right now in front of us, but also to improve his value in the market in case, which looks very likely, he goes to some other team. So Palmer starting should not actually ring a bell in Poch's head. According to me, he should start Broya because he's still our player. There are just links and rumors. So for me, Broya starts. Uh, and obviously Sterling has to start because they would be coming with the dirtiest low block you would have ever seen against us, because Michael Carrick is prepared. He has a 1-0 lead. He will come with the lowest and the dirtiest block you can see. So if he comes with that, we need
And you
some
could argue
creativity.
this game is a defining game,
Exactly.
season defining game for them as much as it is a season defining game for us.
Exactly. So we need Sterling's experience, and yes, Sterling was bullied in the first. I was also not preferring him. I still prefer Mudryk on game days in the Premier League over Sterling. But in today, when we are facing such a low block, maybe his runs and his that short burst of pace he has, and that experience he has, that falling dive penalty he gives to us, all that can really work in for us. Maybe to generate a scoring chance. And Madueke, I don't know how much. Uh, I can't really say if Poch starts Madueke or if he has some better alternatives for him. Maybe Palmer starts on the right wing and Breuer starts where Palmer is in our lineup and Madueke is not featured. Uh, but let's see. And regarding the left back, I just wanted to address in a quick shot. You remember how Tuchel said that the left back he used in his systems were attack minded. Yes, they defended, but they were not defenders. The problem with Poch is, or not the problem, uh, I may say the philosophy of Poch. The philosophy of
Mhm.
Poch is one left back will kind of be in that defensive mindset, and one full back, maybe the right or the left, will go up front and create those overlapping runs and act as a attacking halfback wing, whatever you want to call that the specific position, a complete wing back or attacking wing back kind of a position. Until and unless Gusto was fit, Gusto was playing that role on the right side, and Colville was on the left side, and he was doing well. That's why Chilwell, in Poch's eye, Chilwell is not a left back in my personal opinion. I hope he gets some good brains today and plays Chilwell at the left back, because he's one of the best left back we have in the squad. He is the best left back right now we have in the squad.
Currently the best left back we have in the let's say
So
in the
so so
absence of
he's
Cucurella, because for me, in my
exactly.
opinion,
But but
I'd pick
but
Cucurella
but
over him anytime, any day. I know you don't like Cucurella, but go ahead.
yeah, I would still pick Chilwell for the experience and maybe for the attacking plays. Cucurella is okay in maybe the defensive runs, but not so attacking mindset is there. But okay, we can differ there. But as to say to what we have in our club, I personally feel that Chilwell should start at the left back, because we all saw what happened when Colwell started the last game, and it would be no different. Because I agree with Bobby that physicality matters. Yes, it matters. But you see, Ian Matson, I'm not saying it's the same physical level, and then it's the same, that bulliness which is in Premier League is as same as what is when Dortmund plays a game in the German leagues. But you know, it's also about the utilization of your left back. It's not always about the physicality and height. It's also about the technique of your left back. It's also about how you profile that player and how you give them instructions to defend, to transition, and to attack. I don't think so. Colwell is getting that because he has never played in his life at that position. And now, at the biggest stage that he can play, you are expecting him to perform at the left back. And he has done fine, in my personal opinion. He has been bad, yes. But if you see from the perspective that someone has never played as a left back and now he's playing a left back, people say what is the difference between centre back and left back, but those who have played football will know that full backs or wing backs are very different from centre backs. He's a ball playing defender, he has pace, he can distribute the ball well, like Thiago Silva, but he's not a left back. But somehow he plays, and today we also don't have Malo Gusto. So both our fullbacks would be so weak if we play Colwell and Gilchrist or Colwell and Disasi. So I would personally prefer to start Chilwell, so we have at least one fullback that can make those overlapping runs, that can make those attacking chances, because it's all about creation, coach. Today, the team who will break that low block will score and will win this game. If we don't create more chances, if we lack in creativity, we are gonna lose this game. because they are going to come at us with the lowest and dirtiest of low block. And we all know that. They have no intention to score. They will have six players down there. They will have no striker. They don't care. Their striker will be in the defending lines, God knows what, because they have the lead. We are gonna face the toughest challenge creatively possible today. And if we are not playing Palmer,
Yeah.
if we are not playing Sterling, if we are not playing, our creative, we are not playing Enzo at the right positions in the free role like how he played in the Fulham game. If we don't play Chilwell who can make those runs, it would be a trouble to break that low block and score. They don't mind. They're not gonna open up a bit. They're comfortable with 1-0 lead. And they will be okay with a 1-1 draw and then game going to the penalties. It would be a win for them. So it's very important to start Chilwell, because Chilwell has that experience at the left back. He has won as the League as a left back. Let's just imbibe that. Let's keep the physicality aside for a day. We need to win this match at any, you know whatever it costs. This is a game at home. We have
Let
to
me
win
say,
it.
let me say this quickly. Does it give you hope the fact that in our last 5 meetings with them, there's always been a winner, and the fact that we haven't lost in
Yes.
any games at home, 8 consecutive games plus. Right now, I can't quite remember the number. Let me look at it. Yeah, around 8 games in total. I think
Yeah,
it
yeah.
gives me
The
hope, and the
home form is
fact
good.
that they've conceded more, we've conceded less, we've scored
Yeah.
more. They've scored less. Those factors give me hope, but you cannot script football. But how about you? Those factors, do they give you hope?
Yes, coach, it gives me hope because it's after all it's a home game, and let's not forget we are Chelsea Football Club. This is moreover, if not very different. Same kind of team. Most of the players were the same who have beaten Tottenham Hotspur away, who have stared and looked at Man City, the treble winners, in eye to eye. We would have almost won that match. We should have won that match. So these bunch of players have all the potential. I mean, more than all the potential to win against a Middlesbrough, a championship side. But the only problem is we are 1-0 down, and the football realism, if you are talking about, it's not gonna be easy. And I would like to go to the extent of saying it's gonna be hell difficult to even break the block. And if you're gonna succeed, we have to play our best creative players, and then we have to play well as well. We can't just throw anyone out there and try to experiment today, because it's not a day to experiment, it's a day of execution. It's
It's
the
you can say
second leg.
it's a season-defining game, and
Exactly.
this is
Because
actually
see, coach,
you
I
could
I don't
argue
know
this
about.
probably will be more difficult than the final because we're playing two teams.
Exactly.
This is so important for Boro because they're mid-table in the championship. They're struggling, and you can say we're mid-table too here. But go ahead with what you were saying.
No, no. On extension of your point, Liverpool won't actually sit like Boro will sit today against us. They will also try to attack. We will also get, chances to break in transition and then attack on counters. But today, against Middlesbrough, what I'm expecting from Michael Carrick is simple, dirtiest low block this Chelsea team, this youngsters, this bunch of lads have ever seen. So it's going to be hell difficult. I'm hoping we win, because I don't know about the chat, about the panel, about you, coach, but
Hmm.
if 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 we lose this, I'm also open to give Pod some time. If we win this and we good have a good performance, I don't mind giving him time. But if we lose this, and I've been very clear on the same topic in the podcast as well, I've just shot 2 days back. Quick plugging again. I'm sorry, that would be out soon. If we lose this game, for me, it's done for Poch. I cannot trust that guy again. I know there are injuries and Kunku is out. I know there are injuries, Gusto is out, but we have enough quality to at least have a 2-1 win. So it's it's um it's a must win, and Pot should win this. I don't know how he will win this. The only good strategy is from the first moment itself, don't let the intensity drop. Play your best creative players because they don't. Middlesbrough doesn't have the levels we have in our squad. Just outbeat them and play like Chelsea Football Club. That's it. That's all what we need. There is
Mhm.
it's easy in a way, but the only problem is if we are gonna play with the mentality and correct set of players and for the same, like in a similar fashion for the whole of 90 minutes. If you're gonna do that, we are winning this 4-1, 3-1, 5-1, God knows. We have all the potential. But if you're not doing that, I fear a 1-0 or 1-1 draw and maybe a penalty mishap or maybe a penalty success. I never predict Chelsea's loss because I cannot as a fan. But this should be a game where we give a statement that yes, we were bad in the first leg, but this is how you win the second leg. So yeah, that's all.
All right. I'll come back to Bobby in a bit with another question there. Let's see. And just give me a few moments. And if you're driving, please be sure you're just listening. Please, your safety first. Let's see. No Tiger, if he doesn't score, I'm not sure who is referencing there. A good manager plays to the strengths of his team, not expose weaknesses. Poch misprofiling of players has done nothing to benefit us. Colwell and Casado were great at Brighton because of how they were used. Let's see. Yes, we look up to Starling to dive and get us penalties or in free kicks. It's automatic. Now, yeah, you can argue that. I wouldn't be surprised if Middlesbrough win another 1-0. Anything can happen. It's football. Yeah. We should play a two up fronts always in the box. Why are we calling low blocks are dirty? It's an approach. A defensive structure and organized teams performances are beautiful to watch. Yeah, it's football. It's a strategy. So you do whatever you know that can help you win games. It's as simple as that. Starling needs to start in Palmer. Let's see. This is we're saying it's a line of prediction exercise, but we've used the poll, and when you use the poll, you get results, outcomes that are opinion driven, which means chances are we will not get the line of prediction exercise correctly. Bobby, I'm going to come to you, Bobby. The question I want to ask just how important will the first goal be in this game, and how can it impact the game? The first goal scored in the game later today. How important will it be for the team that gets the first goal, and how will that impact the game overall? Let's hear you, Bobby, if you're there. You there, Bobby? All right, it looks like he has an audio issue there. So I'm gonna come to you, Phil, if you're there. Phil, how important will the first goal be, and how will it impact the game overall? Let's hear you.
I think the first goal is going to be very, very crucial because we have seen games where we usually score first that they become more comfortable and we usually play much more easily compared to when we're down one goal or
Mm-hmm.
even two. Because coming back it's usually difficult because everyone is going to be panicking and even the players as well, they're going to play reckless because they feel under pressure. So at least if we can get the first goal maybe in the first 15 minutes, it's going to be crucial because it will help us settle in the game, which means we have to control the game much, much better. If these guys they come and they decide, okay, we're going to sit back and relax, then we just sneak in a goal, then it means that their tactic, they are going to leave it behind and they are going to keep coming for the goal, which will make them prone to more mistakes, which will give us a chance to even score more. So that's what I think.
Yeah, thank you so much. How about you, Tiger? Let's hear you the importance of the first goal and how will that impact the game.
Yeah, I mean, it, it's all about coach. It's all about, you know, it's all about instilling confidence. Do you guys remember that Preston game? In that Preston game, the first half, we looked very bad, right? We didn't look like we are in our senses. But the second half, as soon as we scored three or two. I guess we scored three, right? So
Mhm.
we scored
I
three
think four in
goals.
total. 4 goals in total.
Yeah, four in total. So that's how a goal changes the dynamics of a second leg tie. The moment you score, and this is the Chelsea team, the moment they remember, oh, we can score against this low block too.
Yeah, it's like
This
the
is not
floodgate
difficult.
opens.
That, yeah, the floodgate opens. That will instill the confidence. Oh yeah, this is damn easy. And the moment that happens, it's done for Middlesbrough. But that's the point. Middlesbrough would try their best to stop that first goal, because they know after we score that first goal there is no stopping us, because we have quality, we have players who can shoot, we have Cold Palmer, we have Sterling, we have world class players. The only problem is the first goal. So it's utmost important to score that goal.
What if they score first?
Oh, coach, you
Because
would
that
be
would be
getting
part
a
of their
rant from me.
plans. They know we play with high
Yeah,
line. They
but
know we'll be
I,
on
I
them.
don't.
Probably defending deep will
Do you
be
think,
their,
coach?
you can
Do you
say,
think,
uh,
coach?
their main strategy. Yeah, go ahead.
Do
What
you
if they score
do you
first?
think,
Yeah.
coach? Do you think, coach, if you would be in the shoes of Michael Carrick, right? And we call you coach, so let me put you in spot.
Mhm.
If you are Michael Carrick for today, will you want to give Chelsea a little bit of space, even a little bit of space, by going and trying to explore their high line or whatever? You will just sit back with your meanest blocks, with the most defensive setup you can have, and trouble them. And we are troubled this whole season, if you see, by low blocks. We can't score really. We have been improved. Yes, I will agree. We have improved against low block teams, but we are still very distant from, say, a Man City who just decodes every low block out there. Even they struggle against low block. So every big team struggles against the low block, and Michael Carrick is going to come heavy and hard on Poch with the low block tactics to it. So it would be a very interesting match in a tactical framework point of view. So it's gonna be it's gonna be good to see how we break that. But as you said, as the question you asked, if they score first, I'm gonna get half an hour of my time out from a schedule, and I'll come on this channel and rant about it. That's for sure. So we are getting 1,000 views. That's for sure on Chelsea perspective. Tiger Beast rants about Poch. I we cannot let them score, coach. That would be utter humiliation. I mean, even if you support Poch,
If
even
we
if you
concede
hate
first,
Poch, even
chances
if
I
you,
will concede up to 4.
yeah, that would be just utter humiliation. That will be 2-0 down in second leg against some championship team. That's that's not acceptable to any fan, I guess. Whether you are poch in, poch out, I don't think so. That would be acceptable to anyone. So we cannot let that happen. We need to. That's what I said. We need to be strong and we need to play quality football. This is gonna be a match which would be in no terms less than a match we played against a Man City or against a Liverpool. We have to take this match as big as that, or even bigger. There are pride at stake.
This season,
People
I
may
don't
call
think
me
it.
emotional merchant,
Yeah,
but
this season for Chelsea Football Club, I don't think it gets any bigger. That's because
no.
the path to top 4 or to a European place in the Premier League table
Exactly.
isn't guaranteed. It isn't that clear. It mathematically it's still possible, but we more work to do there than,
And
yeah,
and you know,
two
coach,
two
how
games
FA Cup
away
works,
from
right?
from
Right.
ensuring we have a European competition next season. So it doesn't get bigger than the game today, as long as our performances are concerned. But go ahead with
Exactly.
what you were saying.
No, and we all know how FA Cup happens, right? A lot of injuries, some international breaks as well. Oh no, there is no international break. Oh, maybe I'm just forgetting anything. But FA Cup and a lot of injuries, and we are already suffering from injuries, and then Premier League also takes a toll. So FA Cup is not that easy again, and there would be again teams like Man City reviving up, Arsenal we have to face. So FA Cup is not gonna be easy. This is a cup which is in your hands. You're 1-0 down. You just have to score. You just have to put in. It's simple. I said that's a formula now. Just play your best players out there that is available, that are fully fit. Just profile them better and just say them to attack and defend well. That's it. It's easy. Just score one goal and then the floodgates will open. But if you don't do that, we are gonna face utter humiliation. I don't know how you, or any one of us is gonna survive on Twitter, because it's gonna be bad if we
Oh
lose
yeah,
to Middlesbrough.
it will catch fire. Let's share the microphone with us in the chat. I'll come back again. We have a few minutes to round up. Tiger means Portugal will get will get done. We get done dirty by Carrick. Let's see. And Latif Chelsea says, "Good day, coach. Good day to you too, brother. I hope Chelsea doesn't break my heart today. Like my country, Ghana,
Man, Ghana is
lacks. Ghana lacks. Yeah, Black Stars. Yep, at African Cup of Nations. That was a quick exit for them. Poch team talks will be go out there, boys. Keep it tight. Pass side to side and back. We need to go in at halftime. So Houston, I've told you, if we don't progress, I owe the community a $50 giveaway. Today is a win-win. Let's see. Oh yeah, and no. Why are you bumping up the numbers? And Tobago. Nice to see you, Tobago. I appreciate you finding and yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. People, the likes will go a long way. And if you haven't, please go check out Tobago's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him grow and get monetized as soon as possible. Let's see. We better win tonight. We better win. That's that. I'm gonna say that. Let's see. Ghana deserves to lose. They robbed you guys. Okay. But that's by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. Bobby, to you, we did. I think if you want to answer that, if you have something else you want to talk about, because we'll be rounding up soon. But the question is, how important will the first goal be? And if what if we concede first? Let's hear you, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean the first goal, scoring it would be helpful. Conceding it, well, I don't know. With this team, you can never tell. You know, I'm watching this game with keen interest. Because this will tell me a lot about the character of the players. This game, and if we get to the final, please God, how they play in the final, because big games are for big characters and for big winners, and these are the games that that create a winning team. So the character and the nature with which they go into this game is what I'll be watching keenly. Scoring first, not scoring first, I don't think it matters. I think if they don't score first, say the opposition scores, if they score early, it might be curtains for the opposition because there'll be an all-out offensive on them. If they don't score early, this is against us, they may be able to persist with their low block and try and frustrate. I don't know, basically. You know, I sometimes avoid getting into all these sort of conversations because to me they're meaningless. You know, what will happen? I'm not saying it shouldn't happen. I'm just saying, for me personally, I find it meaningless because what will happen, and they need to, quite simply, football's a simple game. You stop the opposition from scoring and you make sure you score yourself. And this is what they have to do today. Stop them from scoring, make sure we score. It's as simple as that. Will we do that? Well, that's left to be seen.
Yep, Constantine Dante is saying, Coach is skipping my comments on purpose, aren't you? Let's go away. If we can score in the first 15 to 20 minutes, it will help us a lot. It will settle the nerves of the young squad. So the goal is in the house. Yep. It's okay, Coach. I know you're struggling with it. Let's go away. God forbid I'm not struggling with anything. If we lose tonight, I will deactivate my account for peace sake. Good luck to you, but I strongly believe we will win. We will overcome the 1-goal deficit and score even more. The first goal is important. We score at least 2 goals in the first half, then yeah, that's it. And Constantine Dante is a win-win-win scenario. Then yeah, we must win. What is your next voting poll going to be? I think that's the last one there. I think I actually don't think Broya starts. I think Palmer starts. But we'll find out. Let's see. Tiger Beast is saying, Coach, I will be going for dinner now. Hope I will talk with you later, but bro,
Big up panel.
yeah,
Big
but
up.
much love. Thank you for finding the time to join the show. Let's say also, people in the chat, please subscribe. To go check out Blue Bond Analysis, a podcast with Jerry, out very soon. He recorded some delicious video. Once it's out, he will share the link there. He's a moderator and he's allowed to do that whenever the video is released. Let's see. I meant if Tobago cancels his account. Oh, okay. Okay, let's hear you. What sort of game do you expect if you're in the chat? Why wait to get some responses from you? I'm gonna ask Bobby, what sort of game do you expect later today, Bobby? And what changes, if you have the time to answer that question, do you expect to see in the second half?
What game do I expect?
I don't see Bobby in your contacts.
No, I didn't say call Bobby. Sorry. I'm playing around with my iPad and it doesn't see Bobby in my contacts. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, I think, definitely we have to attack, don't we? So it will be an initially offensive game from us.
At the same time, balance is key.
Yeah, I think we'll be sensible. I don't know, people are so concerned about this game, and maybe rightly so, but I don't quite see it that way. I just think we should have won. It wasn't as if they completely outplayed us or totally frustrated us and all that sort of thing. We just fluffed our chances. We were our own worst enemy in the game at their place. Will that change? Well, it should do. I can't see us playing as badly as we did over there, that's for sure. Let me just put it that way. I can't see us playing as badly as we did there. And if we don't, we're going to win.
Yep. How about you? What sort of game do you expect today? Phil Sims, let's say you feel if you're there.
I think I'm going to expect an exciting game, and it's probably going to be like a fast-paced game whereby we're going to just come out guns firing at them. So I expect an interesting game, but probably maybe starting like the second half, because I can't really guarantee that in the first half we're going to start firing, but maybe we're going to start the second half mostly on a higher pace compared to like the previous game we played with them, because the previous game it was almost like 2-2 flat, but we started almost putting a bit of pressure when we actually went one goal down. So I expect an exciting game.
But at some time you think it's gonna be a slow start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought as well. I thought that was I thought as much that was what you said there. Let me catch up with what we have in the chat, and after that, if anybody on the panel has anything else to say, they do. Oh, we call it a day. I know I meant okay. Let's say. Let's see what else we have. Here, keep dropping the likes on the stream. Pochettino, you had the chance to get your message across to the players.
Are you doing a post game, Coach?
Yeah, we'll do pre-post. Yeah. But the post comes down to whether my wife will be able to pick up the boys from school. If it's not, then the post game there will be tomorrow. But I really want us to do it because it's going to be fire. Hopefully. Let's see. Pochettino, you had a chance to get your message across to the players for a vital win-win tonight. Yeah, but nice to see you, DJ, once more. DJ Tino, maybe. Can we please put my brother JC as a Chelsea Football Club player, please? Yeah, we can. We'll reach out to the club and DJ will see. Keep dropping likes. Dropping likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. If we don't score by halftime, we're in trouble. Yeah, as the game progresses, they will grow in confidence. That's for sure. Let's see. Well said, DJ. Camejo, Let's see anything else. Keep rubbing the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. Anything else? We should score 4 or 5, like Liverpool and Arsenal. 9-0 would be nice. Wow, you're getting greedy right now. But let's see. Since the Clyde joined us, we have about 9 minutes to round up. Let's see what the Clyde has to say about the lineup. But the Clyde, more importantly, big up. Nice to see you in here.
Big up.
Yeah, the Clyde.
I thought I was early. Sorry about
Yeah, no worries, it doesn't matter. Let's hear you. What do you make of the lineup? And do you think Chelsea can progress? Do you think we can overcome the 1-goal deficit and score more to progress to the final? Let's hear you.
that. This is what you guys have chosen?
I mean, we had to even involve those in the chat with the poll to come up with this. Yeah. What do you think we're basing? We're trying to predict the lineup. This is not our preferred. This is not our preferred lineup. So we're trying to predict what we believe Pochettino would do.
To be honest, the thing that stands out the most is I don't think Chilwell starts as much as everyone wants. You don't just throw. I know everyone thinks, yeah, Chilwell's great. He is when he's playing, but he hasn't played. He hasn't 0 minutes.
Played like in 1,000 years, yeah.
And this is what you guys have kind of touched on. Is for both teams all-in game. Nothing to really lose. I mean, something to lose. Sorry, I'm just saying nothing else to really play for. Both mid-table in their leagues. There's nothing really else for both teams to really go for. So we will go hard for this game, and so will they. And you throw Chilwell in a game like that, no minutes, I think he'll struggle. I know it's a problem area for us.
Do you think we'd be better off with Colwell than Chilwell in the left back position?
Yeah, I think you have no choice.
Okay, go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah, but look, no one's wrong. Like, I get it. I want Chilwell too, but I'm not. I already know I'm not getting a Chilwell from what we've seen. You're getting a returning. You're returning to injury, 0 minutes. Chilwell, who can be way more vulnerable than a Colwell in that position. Having said that, Colwell got minced in that position. Was targeted. I think that between Colwell, maybe Calcedo playing in the middle, or maybe there's one more in the middle that helps out on that side, they can rectify that problem that way in the defense. But just to say Chilwell and everything's going to fix it, I think it could be worse. And I don't think he's fit enough. I think it's worse.
To play with Colwell.
Yeah, Chilwell. I don't think Chilwell starts. I think it's a risk.
Didn't he get? He did get a few minutes the last time we played, didn't he?
I can't remember.
He played a few minutes against Fulham, didn't he? I can't quite remember, but I think he did. Let me just check here quickly.
Was it right at the end?
In terms of fitness, I'm not too sure. But again, match fitness is a different thing altogether.
Hey, he could play. He could play a role during the game, maybe towards the end of the game.
You don't think he starts?
The whole game? No, I don't think he starts. So it will be a risk to start him, to be honest. Unless they're really sure he's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Unless they're really sure he's fit. He's done something that we haven't seen, that they've held him back. Still wouldn't lack match fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And
he played around 20 minutes in the last game.
I think where he plays a probably bigger role. Is there going to be extra time if it's 1-0? Or does it go straight to penalties? They keep changing rules on these cups.
Yeah.
If there still is extra time, that's when Chilwell plays a vital role and some of the other players. Where the game actually is intense.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think we have much choice on any other player. Yeah?
We don't have too many. Yeah, we don't have too many choices. I just quickly, Jude, I'll come to you so you can speak. We'll round up. We don't have up to 5 minutes actually, but you've been coming in and out, Jude. No, Declare, this is Pochettino's lineup. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Coach, do you need some press resistant substitutions in your team? You know I do. Chilwell is fit. You can argue, but match fitness is a different thing altogether, in my opinion. RIP to Chelsea forward Tommy Baldwin. Never saw him play as he was well before your time. Your dad remembers him too. Rest in peace to him. Yeah, after that obituary, his the announcement from Chelsea Football Club. Again, before that, I knew nothing about him. Jude, if you're there, quickly, we have about 4 minutes to round up. Your thoughts on the lineup, if you're there.
Yeah. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning to you too, brother.
Okay. Well, on the lineup, I see Palmer as a false nine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was playing around with the iPad and Siri had you say good morning, and it's heard me say good morning. I responded. Go ahead.
Okay. Though it had disappeared from my screen, though, the lineup. But
oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. Let me show it to you. There you
go. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I think I would like to have Broha in front because and then to play.
You would like to have, and it's not that you're certain that that's what Pochettino is going to do.
Yeah, but well, this lineup looks good. Having Madueke and Sterling up front, those are two good dribblers because we need to break those guys down from the first half. Because if we don't do it in the first half, we'll complicate things for ourselves. And I also think that if we score one goal back, they will definitely still want to come at us. So for us to win that game, we have to rush them first half like 2-0 up or 3-0 up. And then maybe that can kill their confidence. But if we play first half 1-0 up or 1-1 draw, whichever, we can still get in trouble. So the back line.
If we concede first, we're done. If we concede first, chances are they score up to 3. Because we don't have the maturity in this game. You say to approach the game cautiously with try to get an equalizing goal and be defensively cautious at the same time. We don't have that maturity here. If we concede for the first goal, they would score up to 3 to 4 actually. But go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry for cutting you off.
Then going to the back line, it's a perfect one. I love to see Gilchrist on the right hand side, and I know he will bring a positive energy. And Chilwell too, I think he's going to do well. He's been out for a very long time and he's been training, and he has a lot of experience. So having Sterling in front of him is also very good. Madueke and Gilchrist, I don't know how two of them will do together, but I think I want to see Gilchrist energy at the back line. Yeah, Silva and Disasi is also a good combination. So the lineup looks good. I just hope Palmer will be able to take the chances because if he did that the first leg, we won't be having this conversation. Like it should have been like 3-0 or 3-1 at the first leg. So, well, I'm optimistic for the game because I don't want to entertain the fear that we might lose it because I want to believe Poch is on top of his game. Because if he doesn't win this game, then I'm sorry. It doesn't mean it's the end, but going forward, he does not deserve any confidence. It's as good as just waiting for when everything will be over. Because on every job, you always have a point where you have to prove yourself, and I think this is one of those cap cuts for Pochettino. To really show that we are talking about Middlesbrough here. Yeah, we shouldn't even be having this conversation. It should have been like a confident walkover. But then the situation where we are is not that way. So it's just one of those games that he has to prove himself. Then for the game, I think we should learn to allow Middlesbrough have the ball in the first half. Not like let's not too work on. Because when we possess the ball too much, we end up doing nothing with it. So let them have the ball, and then we can control the game even when they have the ball. Because I realize that when we dominate with possession too much, we don't get the results. So until we are maybe 2 goals up, we can start thinking of possessing the ball to ourselves. Yeah, just give them the ball. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I'm already late from what I wanted to go. I want to go and take care of. Chilwell, I can play 70 minutes. That's just you. You're not a member of the staff.
Coach, I haven't been here for a while, but I forgot how hopeful the chat is and people are. Everyone's hopeful. It's very spiritual. So I like coming back here because everyone's hopeful. They pray and they chant and they, for unproven things, like they haven't seen Chilwell, but they're very hopeful of this stuff. And everyone talks about Madison and why don't we do this, and anything that ever mentioned as a solution has been unproven, and I like it. That's why I should come here more. It should be like Sunday church. We should all sing songs and pray on what happens. Because like the brother was just talking here, he put Poch's one game on the line against Middlesbrough. If he doesn't win this, he should be gone. If he wins it, does he stay? To me, they're not going to renew his contract. So I don't know how you put it like that. And then we're going to give Middlesbrough like everyone is very
talking about himself. It changes a lot about himself. About how he sees
it's very it's very hopeful here. Spiritual. Sorry. I would like to come
start
here.
saying prayers before we will start.
Yeah.
But we have to run now, Declan. I appreciate you finding the time to join us, bro. Much love.
I'm going to try come once a week because, or else it's a sin almost. It's almost sinful not to come once a week. Everyone should come here at least once a week, and we all pray and sing songs. It doesn't matter what happens. I like it.
Thank you.
I think it's good for my health.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Just good. I am confident of the win tonight. We needed to score early. Palmer scores that vital first goal. We will go on a dominant and dominate the match. So thank you to all of you. I want to say thank you to Declan, thank you to Bobby, thank you to Phil Sips, and thank you to Jude. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And thank you to DJ Sooth and Constantine Duntu. Much love to all of you. Weez. Declare also in the chat, all of you. If I miss your name, apologies. And to Begol, I have to run, people. If I miss your name, apologies. I'll see you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.